Support for this podcast comes from PayPal. Small business owner? PayPal QR codes are the safe and easy payment option. It's all the security PayPal is known for online, in person. Cash only? QR codes allow you to accept credit or debit with everyday low fees. No additional hardware or software needed. Use the app to generate your unique QR code. Customers scan your code with their PayPal app to pay you. Learn more at paypal.com/us/getqrcode.
You're listening to Cleveland and Beyond with Andy Billman and Jared Watson, brought to you by Evergreen Podcasts.
And we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. He's Andy Billman. I'm Jared Watson, and this podcast is brought to you by Waiting for Next Year. Check them out, original Cleveland sports reporting at waitingfornextyear.com. Also brought to you by Evergreen Podcasts. It's March, and madness has hit the Big Ten hard. Awful. Poor Ohio State. Poor Purdue. And nothing to worry about, though, because we can talk about the Browns, because the Browns are making moves, big moves, exciting moves, building to the 2021 fall, heading Hollywood back to Cleveland. Thank God everyone's happy about that. I know Andy and I are super fired up. I wish he could have got another mill or two. I don't know. Throw it his way. I think he's earned it, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, we also want Purdue and Ohio State in the tournament. We can't get everything. Can't get everything. I'm still not over
Hey, Michigan almost. I thought they were going to blow it yesterday, but they didn't.
Great win.
We're going to discuss all that offseason stuff with the Browns and all the free agency goodness that we have seen
Browns.
with the moves in March. Also, March Madness takes. We'll get into some of that, obviously. And the latest Cavs rumors. Are we really going to get into that?
Oh, you better fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Where's Andre Drummond going?
Is he going anywhere? Is he going to the Lakers?
Absolutely
or does Dan
Absolutely
Gilbert want to screw over LeBron?
Absolutely. Or what does Grant Gilbert want to do?
Oh, yeah. I've heard about some of that as well.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
Is that legit? I didn't even know. I thought I saw some people act like that wasn't legit. I don't know. I'm not paying too much attention to Twitter today. Maybe that's the problem. I should have.
Great article in The Athletic about it. We're going to talk about it.
Okay, so it wasn't The Athletic. Good. And then we're going to talk Indians as well. That lineup yesterday was kind of weird. Was that yesterday's lineup or today's lineup? I didn't know anyone on the lineup except for like Jake Bowers, I think. Was he on there? I think so. But first, let's just jump into it. It's your Andrew Berry-led Cleveland Browns.
Let's give some shout outs to the room. Javius, hello. What's up? Javius? Good to see you. And then we'll follow up on another Javius comment. Deadline Mania. That's right. We'll get to the Cavs in a few.
Deadline Mania. Beautiful.
Yes. I don't know how much mania is going to be in Cleveland, but there's definitely some mania going on.
Steelers made an interesting cut today, too, with a cornerback. And I don't remember his name, but it might be worth paying attention to. We'll get into that. I'll look it up in a little bit.
Drew Salt, huge weekend for Cleveland's coming up in a month. That's right. The NFL draft. Jared and I and Holly will be there.
Yeah, I think we're going to be there.
We're going to be there. More information come on that. In Hollywood, baby. That's right, Damien. My Valentine. Hello, Damien.
Hi, Damien. What's up, Damien? Thanks for tuning in on Facebook, brother.
So here's the thing. To lead off, this has been I'm a huge Purdue fan, obviously Buckeye over there in Youngstown. Look, this was a March Madness has been great, but it was brutal what happened in March. So to help really soothe the soul, I will say, what is going on? I meant this weekend with the champ. That's right, Drew. Clearly, Drew, I don't pay attention as much.
What do you say? I actually meant this weekend. The champ.
I know.
Oh,
Stipe.
Oh, Stipe's defending his belt. Yes.
I will watch that along with the Lakers Cavs game on Saturday. I was yelling at Andy yesterday on Instagram Live for no podcast. I know, Damien. See, I told you. We say shit, we mean it. We just fucked up. We did it today. It was my call. Too much basketball. It was my call.
So we can drop that out of the way too. We pushed the podcast back a couple of days. Every time we wanted to do the show, obviously we do the show live and then we cut it into the podcast and then all the folks listen to it on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all that good stuff. We wanted to wait until everything. It just felt like there was more stuff that was going to happen that we wanted to include in this episode and wanted to wait until those things wrapped up. So we did, and that's where we're at. Anyways, there we are. I think we've gotten through all that.
So
Thanks for being
Damien,
here.
you're right on Facebook. We were going to do the podcast a couple times. We had a delay, but now we're here. So everyone out there, and that's all of us Browns fans, should listen to the Johnson press conference. I did today. I've been busy, so I hadn't had a chance to really digest it and listen to it. I've read the comments, but I've now heard the comments. And I texted this to Jared. I have a big announcement. This is a great talent signing. There's no question. Kid can play.
Yeah.
The PFF numbers are there. He's rated as one of the top safeties in the league.
Right.
And by the way, he's a multi-dimensional safety. One year he played a different kind of safety role compared to this year. So he's ambidextrous. I mean, he can play many different ways of safety.
Right.
He is not a one hybrid safety where he has to do one thing. He has proven he's got many skills on the field. The thing that blows me away about this guy and why I'm so excited now about this, after listening to his press conference, this guy's a leader. This guy brings a lot of energy. I love Denzel Ward. I love Myles Garrett. We love Mac. All these guys are great. The Browns defense doesn't have a leader. I think the Browns defense now has a vocal leader, and his name is Johnson.
Like a Jarvis Landry style leader.
Like a Jarvis Landry style, but an edge. And Jarvis Landry's got edge. So Jarvis Landry, but it's different, but it's the same kind of tone. The Browns need leadership. And let me just say, that is the big key to all the, we're going to talk about all these moves. This Johnson kid is the stir that is the straw stirs a drink. This is what this team needed. They needed something like this, where a guy comes in here talking about how excited he is to Cleveland, talking about how he needed something like this to really want to win championships in Cleveland. All the comments, whether it's Walker, McKinley, all these guys keep talking about, we are here to win big games. We're going to talk about this all throughout our podcast this week. Holly and I and Jared all week. It's going to be a theme. This team is ready to win the Super Bowl on March 23rd.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
This team is going to big places. Big places.
This is why they paid the man. I mean, this is a 3-year, $33 million, $34 million deal. And this is where you sit there and you go, you listen to those press conferences and you go, okay, we know he hasn't hit the field yet. And a lot of Browns fans, rightfully so, probably haven't watched much of him, right? They probably haven't seen him.
The LA Rams are not in our
No,
vision.
there's no reason for you to have watched him. There's no reason for me to have watched him.
No, that's my point. Right, exactly.
But I will sit here and I will tell you that this will give you a drastic improvement in the secondary with this Brown.
Your leadership
and it will give you a drastic improvement in the locker room.
Yes.
Javius Hurd on Facebook calling him a Swiss Army knife. Absolutely. A secondary Swiss Army knife. Well, Swiss Army knife in the secondary, probably a better way of terming that.
Yeah. Drew Salt on Facebook, Johnson and Walker. Walker, a lot of comments coming out of Indianapolis from his former teammates, upset that he left. Johnson definitely took less money to come to Cleveland. He wanted to because he wants to go to a city where he thinks it's going to be fun to play football and win. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to get his comments. You've got to listen to Johnson's press conference. You haven't. He is the real deal Holyfield. Kid wants to win, wants to make the Browns champions. Fucking awesome. Let's go.
Can you understand some of the apprehension? No, there's folks that
jersey now.
There's folks that I think might be not as high on Anthony Walker. I don't. Is Anthony Walker on the surface when I first saw the signing felt again to me like and again, correct me if I'm wrong here, felt again like another one of those linebacker signings for the Browns that I don't really know what to do with. It didn't feel like a big splash linebacker signing. It didn't really feel like a big improvement linebacker signing. It didn't feel like, well,
it's a big improvement.
You think it's a big improvement? Okay.
I will be surprised if this does not make Taki and Mac Wilson better on the field.
Now, granted, I will say this. I know he's a locker room guy as well. I understand that. I understand that he's, but here's the deal. So's Mac Wilson, right? Mac Wilson is a gets us guy. Mac Wilson is a guy who wants to be here. Mac Wilson is a guy who gets hype on Twitter about Cleveland. But it doesn't always translate on the field. And that's what I'm saying about Anthony Walker. I just want to see it translate on the field. That's all I'm hoping for. Drew Salt on Facebook. Leonard in Indy said he cried. Yes, I saw that. Said he cried when he saw that Walker left. I did see that. He actually had a couple of conversations responding to folks regarding that move. Yeah. Damian on Facebook. Walker has some great leadership in the locker room also. Yep, that's what we're saying. Exactly. I understand that. Walker is great. Now, this is key. Walker is great in the run game.
Yeah.
This is what I want. This is what we need, is somebody great in the run game. Because I didn't see we saw the moves where every other NFL team out there went for pass rush. Every other NFL team. By the end of free agency, the NFL teams out there doubled how many double-digit million dollar contracts there were for pass rushers. There was like 9, and then there were 11 more on top. There's 20 now, 20 something like that. $10+ million contracts per year for pass rushers now. That to me already feels like a reach. But is stopping the pass, is the secondary a little bit more important here?
Well, okay, so here's where I go. Okay, I'm ready to do this now. I am Mr. Pass Rush.
You weren't on that.
I am Mr. Pass Rush.
You were not.
I am Mr. Pass Rush.
Right.
I am Mr. Pass Rush. I believe in pass rushing. The one thing that this team is doing, we got to circle about all these comments you just said, but I'll take this one first. McKinley's the key in some ways to this whole thing, because you're basically saying McKinley's going to play above water like he has not done so far in his NFL career. He speaks like a man who understands that in his press conference.
Yes.
He comes off of a guy who's very serious about taking over the league. He is also very, very humble and wants to win big in Cleveland.
It's a proven deal. It's a proven deal.
It's a proven deal. The only risk about all these signings is the end. However, I have all these moves are stacking like they did on offense. So this is why I'm changing my position now. They have to be thinking first or second round defensive end rush. You have to draft that. Now, if they don't, come back and talk to me and I'll be like, well, now you're taking a big risk on McKinley. If they draft a kid in a first and second round D end, I get this. It all makes sense. Away we go. Away we go. I get it. You're basically saying we got our wills. We got McKinley. We got Porter Gustin, which we know is not the guy who's going to do this, but we got guys ready to go. And we're basically saying this is our group. That's what they're saying here. This McKinley signing is the key to this deal. If he plays average or above average, everything else I just said now makes sense. I know what Walker's going to do. I know what the kid out of Philly, he does one thing as a defensive tackle. He rushes the quarterback. He is not good against the run. So that's what Billings is, your run stopper defensive tackle. And then on third down, you're going to see that kid coming in from Philly to sack the quarterback. So the defensive tackles may make sense. Shally Richardson's going to play a lot again. That's great. So everything to me is starting to add up. Walker's your leader. You didn't sign Goodson. I thought Goodson was okay. Walker seems to be above that cut. Cool. Let's put him in there. See what he can do. Fine. You got Talkie Mac Wilson. You re-signed Smith. Okay, great. Linebackers to me make sense now. Your secondary, pass rush, we get aside for a second. This secondary has been tuned up really well. This kid, Hill, wants to play from Youngstown, your neck of the woods, wants to win big. This kid, Johnson's a leader. He is a leader. This team is building like a team like we did last year on offense.
Yeah.
This team is going for a home run defense. I don't know if the Browns are going to lose a game next year. I'm not fucking around.
Well, look, and I like what Drew Salt says too about regarding coverage sacks opening up because of this for Miles. I will say this. Yeah, those coverage sacks will happen as long as hands of the face and everyone's not grabbing Miles, by the face mask and penalties are actually being called.
McKinley has
holding on Miles.
All fair. McKinley, I will say this is my own. I'm saying this is the risk. There's risk in life. There's risk in sports. The risk is McKinley. He has to play well. And then you have to draft a defensive end. If you do that, I think everything is going to be great on defense. If you don't draft a defensive end, boy, you're putting all your chips on McKinley.
Well, they have listen. They're going to have to anyways, especially for health reasons. For guys are going to have to see. You have to. You just have to. You need depth. You're going to have to worry about it. You're going to have to make sure. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. Period.
Yep. Hill and Johnson are speedy. They are also teammates, and I like that a lot. And Johnson mentioned that a lot too, and I like that. This team, the thing about Hill too, that's great. He covers the slot, which has been a miserable fucking position for the Browns.
Yeah.
Anything with tight ends and people going across the middle, we have no hope. We honestly don't down the sidelines. We're not bad, but across the middle, tight end, slot receivers, forget it. We just don't. Total skates.
Listen, the secondary, especially, I think safety coverage has been really bad. Safety coverage. You have been championing two things, and I'm not gonna steal your thunder, so I'm gonna say this is Jared Watson. Linebackers and safety. The safety position has been fixed, and you brought in a leader. Holy fucking Luya. Walker solves your itch about bad linebacker play. It's a step up from Goodson. It's not a huge step up, but it's a step up, and you're getting someone in there who plays well against the run. This has been the leaking oil run. I need that to go even further. How does that translate against the Ravens?
Well, we're going to find out.
That is what I need to see.
Oh, of course.
Because I'm thinking division, I'm thinking Ravens, I'm thinking Lamar Jackson. Because outside of that, I don't have a worry. Because let's do this now, Andy. When you look at the overall free agency picture for the Browns and what they did, flat out bottom fucking line, the Browns destroyed in free agency compared to the rest of the AFC North. Period. No one else came close. The Bengals, what did they do to improve their offensive line?
Oh, the Steelers re-signed Juju Smith-Schuster.
What did they do? The Steelers?
Yeah. No. The Steelers did nothing.
I know that.
They re-signed Juju. Well,
like I said, they cut that corner today too. And the Ravens, wide receiver did they sign?
No, I don't know. Look, I don't care. Folks don't matter.
Right. This is my point.
Drew Salt. Curtis Weaver is still on the Browns. I just looked it up. That's a project. That is a project. I know there's high hopes on him. Not saying he can't be good, but it's a project. I'm never hearing Weaver's name. And I know on Facebook as well, Javius, you asked, Sherman has not signed yet. I don't see Sherman playing a backup role on this team. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
If Richard Simmons wants to come in and knowing he's not going to play more than 50% of the plays, I'm cool with it. By the way, funny, Damien. Doo Smith pooper, boy. That's a mess. What a poop show. Javius again on Facebook. That's why we need to draft Damian Collins. I agree with you. I've been back and forth on him because there's a debate whether Collins can play DN. That's what he needs to do here. That's a big debate. We'll read more about it as we go along.
Here's the stuff that's going on with the Steelers right now. And this is the stuff that you love to see. You love to see it because the Steelers are an absolute shit show. The corner that I'm talking about was Steven Nelson, and they opted to cut him rather than trade him. And this announcement came shortly after Nelson tweeted that the team was holding him hostage. Yeah. And I saw the tweet, and all they said was the tweet was not thanks for anything. The tweet was not, we appreciate your time in Pittsburgh. None of that. It was we have released Steven Nelson. That's it. The Steelers are not going to be fun to watch. Hey, congratulations, Big Ben, on retooling your contract so that the team can improve. Congratulations, Steelers. You guys, you got a hell of a run ahead of you. You're going to be great things ahead in Pittsburgh. Great things. It's
finally happening.
Finally.
Rome is crumbling. Forever. Bye. Take care.
And like I said, the Bengals, what are they doing for Burrow? Oh, is Larry Ogunjobi going to protect Joe
Love
Burrow
you,
somehow?
Larry. Love you, Larry.
I don't think take care. That doesn't work out.
Love you, Larry. Take care.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, he got paid.
I can't believe I'm looking around at the rest of the AFC North, and I feel like they're all making old Browns moves.
Hey, take care.
Am I being too cocky right now?
Jared, we're not losing the game. Drew Salt on Facebook, a potential late rounder, like a 4th or 5th. We should be burying Browning. He can play edge and play linebacker. I'm not familiar with Browning, Drew Salt, so I can't speak to him. I will go back to something, though. Yeah, Rome is burning Javius on Facebook. Fuck yeah, it is. Javius on fire today, by the way. Love his energy. Here's the thing. I like all your guys' energy, by the way. Here's the thing, going backwards, though, to what Javius was saying. The biggest thing about this Collins kid is he's very talented, high motor. And I know there's always a debate about, and I got in this last year with Wills. He's a right tackle, moving to left tackle. Hey, if Collins can move around and do things, and he's as talented as they say they are, just draft the kid. Just draft him. You'll find a spot for him on the field. Do I think the Browns are going to draft him? Maybe. I'll tell you, I know this is going to frown some people, but I'm going to build this up. You know what the Browns are probably going to do? Trade down.
Yeah.
You know what the Browns are probably going to do? Trade down.
Which is funny because I've seen projections that they trade up.
I don't know about that.
I know. I don't either.
Do you know who I would trade up to get? This is a crazy. Do you want to go Browns crazy trade?
I think I saw a trade up to 19 so that they can get a pass rusher, and I don't think
that's fine. I would love that.
And it was for a pass rusher that I don't think anyone thinks is even going to be on the board at 19.
Yeah. Do you want me to go fucking crazy? It makes no sense. It'll never happen trade. But I got one. You want one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Trade it up to like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Trade Njoku.
I knew you were going to go with that one.
Trade a couple draft picks.
Yeah.
And get that kid Kyle Pitts out of Florida. And buckle up, and that offense is never going to be fucking stopped. Kyle Pitts is a monster. Monster! I always have an offensive talent I love. He's that guy. Kyle Pitts is going to be a star.
Well,
ridiculously talented.
The poor kid's probably going to end up in Philly.
Probably. Kid can play. Kid out of Florida can play.
I had something else on the brain and it's gone. That's all right. It'll come back.
Drew Sold on Facebook. Jordan Elliott, also a great option for D tackle. That's true. Jordan Elliott has bad PFF numbers, but he's a rookie last year, so he'll have some time to develop. The other guy, though, is Billings. Billings did sit out a full year, and he was supposed to be the backup for Larry last year, and they were going to switch in and out. I think Billings and what they got from Philly it's a lot. That to me made a lot of sense. Billings is your run stopper, and you bring the kid in from Philly to rush the quarterback on third down. Love that. Because the Browns did not get any help interior sacking the quarterback last year. And they weren't really stopping the run. Richardson did a nice job, but it felt like it was all Richardson at times, to be honest with you.
I know what I was going to say, and it's this. Andy, I haven't been this. I know we're going to be at the draft. I haven't felt any pressure to really dive into any of it yet.
Folks,
any other year, Andy, any other year, I don't even think I was that deep into it last year. But not as deep. Well, I just mean it again, it's just a different time as a Cleveland Browns fan. It's a different time. Hey, did you notice after I started talking, we started making fun of all the other teams in the AFC North that the room everyone disappeared, by the way. Look at our live numbers. Everyone left. Sorry about that. Sorry to hurt you guys' feelings, by the way.
Bye. Come back. We love you. Click likes, hearts, likes, emojis. You want to pay us? We'll take anything. Look, here's the big thing about the Browns. There's a lot of hype. It's legitimate hype. I was talking this with my son today again. I'm like, this is no jinx. This is for real.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, this is for real. I made a mistake. And I want to applaud Andrew Berry, not anyone else, Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry did the right thing. J.J. Watt was not the right fit for this team. Von Miller was not the right fit for this team. The way they're building this team, they are trying to tackle things to make this team as best as they can, and they're making it into a team. After I heard Johnson speak, I get it. I really get it now. I got it already, but I'm like, wow, okay. I texted Jared. I'm like, This kid is going to be a star.
Yeah.
This kid, we needed life as a talker. Again, Myles Garrett is a leader with his play. Denzel Ward's a leader with his play. It's not their fault. Not everybody's like a microphone guy. That kid's a microphone guy. That guy's going to have charisma. That guy's already talking leadership, bringing things and going to big places. That's what this team needed on defense. Some swagger and some edge. McKinley, he wore a fucking suit to a Zoom call meeting. Why? Because he's saying, I'm not fucking around. I wanted to come here. I wanted to win. Folks, this is Andrew Berry. We've been praising Stefanski and all these people, Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, all of them deserve praise. This month should be praise for Andrew Berry. And don't give me Sashi Brown thank yous and John Dorsey. No. Andrew Berry's doing this. I'm not saying those guys didn't help. I don't want to hear that crap today. Thankfully, Sashi Brown didn't do fucking shit. 131, fucking blue. Those games were awful. Jared and I can run the team and go 131. My God. But what this team is doing with Andrew Berry needs to be applauded. If we're getting this excited on March 23rd, what's it going to be like in April in the draft? And then week 1, this team is going to big places and we're not being over cocky. They're going to go 10 plus wins easy.
Easy.
It's
not even
close. Damian, Dorsey set up Perry laughing emoji. Damian, here's the thing. Dorsey did some good things. He brought in Baker Mayfield. He drafted some good things. Again, Sashi Brown, look, other than fucking blowing ass and he got his draft picks. He did shit. But okay, he got his draft picks. What did he fucking do? But this guy, Andrew Berry, reads the field, understands talent, and puts people in position to win. Dorsey could not do that. Could not do it.
I hate to use the worn out used analogy of checkers and chess, but it is checkers and chess. 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. There is such a there's a lot more depth to the decision making.
Yes,
that you see going on here with this team. There's a lot more thoughtfulness. There is no. There is again there's an emotionless. These moves are emotionless. They are done in a. Well, maybe it's unfair to say emotionless because there is emotion. It's just that again there's that emotional maturity that is there where you see that they are bringing in guys that will fill more than one need. Johnson is not just filling a need on the field. He's filling a need in the locker room. He's filling a need that's right. With a personality, with a vibe, and the vibe that they want to create and inspire. And that stuff is going to make a big fucking difference.
Antonio Callaway can play, but he didn't bring intangibles. Okay, he didn't bring intangibles. There's many people come through here. Freddie Kitchens can maybe call plays. He wasn't a head coach. There were things that were done that didn't make sense, that just clogged the gutters and just these guys are coming in and it flows. It feels like a team. To what you're saying, it's not individual island. These pieces make sense and they make a puzzle.
Speaking of not making sense, does Cody Parkey make sense?
Before we do that, we're not perfect. Damien, I'm just saying that on Facebook. I'm just saying that because I know it's all about Barry just mess with you. Damien, you're a funny man.
Oh,
I love you.
Yeah.
That was funny. Drew Salt on Facebook too. The one huge thing that is just sitting behind the Browns is OBJ is back. And man, does he look good coming back from his knee injury. Drew, I agree with you about OBJ. I just want to state this before we'll get to Cody Parkey. Don't lose that thought. Hollywood Higgins coming back is a big deal too. And that says a lot about this team also. And we haven't given proper praise to Hollywood. Hollywood took a home team discount because he thinks this. When you start hearing guys, Johnson, I took less money to come to Cleveland as I thought they were going to win. Hill, I think I took less money to come here as I thought I was going to win. Walker, I definitely took some less money as I want to come here in Cleveland. Hollywood Higgins. I probably could have gotten more money, but I want to come back to Cleveland. I want to win. When you hear that shit, the only time in my lifetime, Jared, I've heard that is in 2 instances, the 15-16 Cavs and the 90s Indians. That's it. That's the only times in my life I heard people saying, I'm taking less money to come to Cleveland to win championships. We're there.
That means the Browns are going to win the fucking Super Bowl. You do realize that. The Browns are going to win the Super Bowl.
We're going all the way.
The Browns are going to win the Super Bowl.
I'm sizing my ring when we come to Cleveland. We got things to do.
I'm already pissed that I don't have a Cavs 16 ring.
We got to plan a parade now. Higgins, love this comment from Drew Salt. I want to go back to him one more time. Higgins may be my favorite Brown. Drew, my list of Browns loving is growing. I love this new kid Johnson. Really impressed with this kid McKinley. I was worried about McKinley. Not after the press conference. Love Higgins. Higgins taking this shows a lot of maturity because it's best for his career, even though it's not best for his wallet. That shows a lot. This is going across the board. Jared, am I wrong? I think that translates to wins already. I do.
No, it does, Andy. It does because you know this feeling. Cleveland fans, you know this feeling. You know this feeling when you see everything start to come together.
It's coming.
We know this feeling when we saw it coming together with the Cavs. Mm-hmm. You know this feeling when you saw it coming together in the 90s with the Indians and those teams. You know this feeling when you saw it coming together at times with the Indians in the 2000s and in the 2010s, 2016 Indians. You know this feeling with the Browns from the 80s. You know this feeling. And that is the feeling you have once again with this Cleveland Browns. Yeah. So it was a slow build. It took a few years, but we saw it. It started with the draft of Baker. Mm-hmm. It started when we brought in Nick Chubb with the Myles Garrett. That choo-choo started chugging. Yes, we can do the Dorsey. Yes, okay, that's fine. We can talk about that. But Dorsey, it's so much bigger than that.
It is. That's the point.
It's so much bigger than that. Because what they did with taking those pieces, what Barry has done with taking those pieces, what they have done with bringing in Stefanski and creating a culture and a vibe and a team, it is like what we have seen at those times. But again, it's actually a little bit different because I don't know that I've seen a coach like Stefanski.
This is
is it getting juggernaut level again? Are we?
Look, it's this building. When Oro like here, let's go to a few of these comments. I want to get back to what you're saying. Matt Bruning, good to see you, brother.
What's up, Matt?
On Facebook, man, I'm ready to run through a wall on football season. Yeah, dude, I'm with you,
brother.
I'm doing push-ups after the show, hernia and all. I'm gonna do a lot of push-ups. Damien on Facebook, you could tell that Hollywood's heart would have been bursted if he wasn't brought back. Absolutely, Damien. Absolutely.
So would mine.
Rob Jennings on Facebook.
What's
Good
up,
to see you, Rob. You guys are right. Watt is going to regret not signing with the Browns. I agree. This whole thing is chugging, and it keeps chugging. Here's the biggest difference, and here's where the whole fucking thing changed. Paul DePodesta, who I was wondering, wow, he's not in Berea and everything else. Some things in life, things happen. I'm going to talk about this. The pandemic happened. Most teams did not handle it well. The Browns didn't get any fucking breaks during the pandemic. They didn't get any breaks in summer camp. God, Grady Williams was out after one tackle. Grant Delpit was out after one drill for the year.
It was
awful. It was from day one. Mac Wilson, bad injury after a play. Like it was play. Everything was just going against it. The Browns have built an organization ready to take on challenges. That's what gets me. Folks, we had a fucking pandemic run through this team right before a Steeler game on the road. We won.
The last half of the season was dealing with. We were wondering if they were going to be able to play games or if they were going to have to move them. Do you remember how we were upset and miserable and bummed and how pissed I was at the NFL? Do you remember all that?
What's going to happen when they have a normal year and other coaches are back? Folks, they're going to fucking win a lot of games, and it's going to be great. Remember the Patriots when they used to be cocky? Those guys are going to eat their clam chowder and be 8-8. Pittsburgh,
They're going to start doing mock drafts as they go 7 and 9. It's going to be fucking fun.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be fucking fun. Going against the Raiders, finally beating those assholes. It's going to be great. The Broncos, Bronco, fucking got them. This is our year.
And Paul DePodesta deserves a lot of credit. He has set this organization up to win. Have we heard any Haslam stories in the last 18 months? Have we heard anything weird Wickersham articles in the last 18 months? Have we heard any boy like, yo, boy, that was a weird comment from Dorsey today? Have we heard anybody like, wow, there's some misinterpreted comments today? All that shit is
Kareem Hunt been pulled over lately?
Love you, Kareem. Go Toledo.
Stay out of trouble, Kareem.
Don't do that. Everything is set up to win big.
Yes.
And we're going to win big.
Yeah.
And this is not a fucking jinx. This is it. It is mid-90s. We are going for it. We are going for we're going through the threat. We are stepping on the neck. Time to end this fucking thing.
It really is.
We're going to big time. We're going to the draft. The draft is the draft. We're going there because it is the start and the end of the pandemic and the start of the march to the Super Bowl. It starts at the draft. And we might be drinking drafts because it is time to sip the champagne of fun. We have sat there through how many fucking torture situations?
Half my life, Andy. More than half my life.
When we do the show review, which Jared usually dreads, it's going to be fun. And it's going to get better.
Oh, the season review?
Oh, it's going to be great this year.
Yeah, the season review is going to be fun this year.
When the tribe loses 3 out of 4, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Happen.
I don't care about that.
When Drummond gets cut, that's trying to happen. It's going to be okay. The Browns are here. The Browns are here, and they're winning big.
We have been. Can we talk about that?
Finally
it's been
here.
very nice. We've been in a position where one of the 3 has picked us up. Thank God.
Oh, the Browns. And by the way, it is time for that Browns.
Finally, the Browns' turn. Finally, the Browns' turn.
Okay, so a couple more thoughts. I love that Mayfield is texting everyone and sending out messages through Twitter.
Leadership, brother. That's a leader.
Pay that guy. We're not there anymore. Pay him.
Pay him now. Long term. Don't sign.
Yeah,
I don't want the 50-year option pick. I want him long term. I want him signed now. Long term.
Is anybody debating about Deshaun Watson and Mayfield anymore? No? Oh. Anybody? Oh. Anybody debate? Oh.
Boy, that's a tough one that's going to be playing out.
Didn't change on this show. But
it's tough to comment on right now, but that's a tough one.
Watson's in a lot of trouble.
Well, Watson's in a lot of trouble, but there's an owner that Texans owner. There's
that whole situation, but there's some truth.
It is like I said. It's very difficult to comment on right now.
I'll comment on it. Look, Watson, there's some truth to some of these things, I believe.
Is there really?
I believe some. Jared, 14
and you know
people.
Okay.
14 people.
I didn't 14? See. I haven't looked at those numbers. You 14. Know me. I'm not. You know me. I am not the defend Watson guy. That is not me. Although it's my last name. We're not related. Oddly enough.
No. Oh, when I met you last week,
cousin Deshaun.
Oh man.
No relation.
When you and I ran from the bar, I thought you. Oh, okay. But anyways, when I tossed you that card and you caught it, I was like, that looks like Deshaun Watson. Look, all that to be said. It's just a great time. It's time to get excited. And this is it. It is Baker Mayfield's leading this charge. The excitement's here, and it's really, really getting fun. Now, to the one question mark.
Yes.
Parkey. I
mean, he made 11 kicks at the end. I mean, that right? Made his last 11 kicks.
I will not be getting a Cody Parkey jersey. That one makes me nervous.
Kind of being a dick now. It's not nice.
Are they Cody? I don't believe there's Cody Parkey jerseys available.
You can custom make any jersey, Andy.
Oh, Jared, you should just shut your fucking.
You can put your name and number and whatever number you want. You can put whatever name and number you want.
I like how you looked right in the camera.
I did too. I wanted to make sure you saw what I was putting out there.
I'm not fucking bad. Yeah. Just don't fucking miss. That is the only one. I'm telling you now, boy, oh boy, I would have some kickers lined up.
They're drafting a kicker.
Whatever. I don't fucking care if you get them from Canada,
All right.
Ireland,
We've spent
Australia.
enough time on kicking.
Get someone from Japan. Whatever.
So JoJo Natson, is he running back kicks this year?
That's going to be interesting. He has not panned out so far. I found that to be interesting. Kick returner, punt returner has been a bit of an enigma on this team.
Yeah,
hopefully that picks up.
Been weird.
JoJo Natson has not done anything. Let's just be, and he got injured last year, and the year before he did nothing. Big year for him, in my opinion. Big year. He's got to do something at some point. Cadrell Hodge sounds like he's coming back, so no one's offered him anything yet. So Hodge is coming back. I liked how Hodge improved last year. I enjoyed Hodge's improvement. He did. I thought he improved last year.
Yes, he absolutely did. He made some incredible catches.
No, he did. Kid blocks.
Yes.
Cody Parkey, Damien on Facebook. Another one from Damien on Facebook. On your way to the draft, Andy, stop by and I'll have that gift for you. May or may not.
Yeah, he'll have your Cody Parkey jersey ready for you.
Damien, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to do that. Love it. Whatever you make for me, I'll wear it.
We have to have our shots to go to the draft. Rumors.
I'm working on it.
I'm hearing rumors.
I know of a guy who might be able to help me get a shot.
Yeah, we might know a guy.
I might know a guy. Here's the thing about like the JoJo Natson thing too. And Jared brings up a good point about bringing up Natson. It's important that he plays better too, though, because special teams has been very average and blah. And Cody Parkey obviously fits in that fold too. And we love the Scottish Hammer. He had a blah year too. The special teams for this team, you just don't want to be blah. I will say so far, everything's kind of blah. Would not be sad to see some sort of electric player from the draft coming into Cleveland to take kicks back. Would not mind that.
Well, I mean, score enough
Speedster.
touchdowns and stop enough on defense, and you don't have to worry about it.
I mean, is Desmond Howard available?
Maybe.
Josh Cribbs. Browns could see the Browns are in a luxury position. Draft a kid who can take ticks back. I would really.
You could expend a draft on that.
You need to,
Andy. I mean, you're talking about. Look, I mean, think about this. Think about this. Your entire offensive line was one of the best if not the best in the NFL, and they're all 30 or younger.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even have to think about worrying about the offensive line. Insane.
I thought Tony Grossi made a great point, so I'm not going to steal his thunder, but I'll say it here. I don't know who you would draft on offense. I mean, I was actually just making fun of Kyle Pitts, a great player. You don't need Kyle Pitts. There's no one to draft.
That'd be fun, though.
Oh God, Kyle Pitts would be sick.
You would do that. You would do that because, again, you're trolling people at that point if you do that. If you fucking get, because then you're just being a dick to everyone.
Yeah. Basically what we're doing. Maybe you're saying, like, look, we're in Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts is.
You can draft a slot receiver or something. You got to worry about a year or two down the road. So
again, you can. Defensive end is number 1. Cornerback number 2.
Yep.
After that, you can throw a dartboard.
Special teams.
I would really work on special teams. Not punter. I think punter we're fine. But kick returner, punt returner, kicker, yeah. Oh yeah. Damien on Facebook, Andy, why don't you got return kicks for them? Well, I know what you're trying to say there. I have been jogging again and using the Gazelle. So yes, you're right.
Gazelle. What's wrong with you?
Jared saw me walking up and down the street, and he thought it was pretty impressive during multiple conference calls.
Yeah, you were out there walking.
I like to walk while I do conference calls because, I mean, my God, they last forever. So you might as well do something while you talk.
Good for you.
I'm excited about the draft coming to Cleveland. Obviously, we kind of said what we're doing, but that's great. Goodell's going to be there. I'm excited about that. There sounds like there's more details unraveling as we go. It does kind of sound like it's like a plan and go situation where the NFL still fine-tuning details. This is not one of those drafts where it's like, oh, the plans have been made a year ago and we're just laying. This definitely sounds like there's more plans to come. So Everybody's looking for answers. I don't know if there's a lot of answers yet. I think those answers are going to be coming. I do think it's a great thing for the city. I mean, is there anything I'm missing with that? I do think it's a great thing. I'm glad Goodell's coming. I'm glad the city economic boost is good.
After the year that Cleveland has had, and it needs this. It really does.
It's a good thing.
I feel like this would be a huge boost economically, morale-wise. We know damn well how great of a city Cleveland is at putting on these events. They have proven it time and time again. Most recently with the baseball All-Star game. So yes,
NBA All-Star game coming next year, by the way.
Yeah.
Boy,
so
we're gonna be on a lot of things.
I know we are going to be busy, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Our car's gonna have a lot. My car's gonna have a lot of miles on it, but yeah, it will be. My last.
I'd say take the train, but my God, it's not worth it. It costs too much.
No.
Why is it so? I love taking the train. It's just so damn expensive.
It really is. It's that's a different show. But trains and subways, especially where I live, are.
But
I think it's not good.
Yeah.
My last thoughts though is obviously we're joking and tongue our cheek here, but it's really exciting where the Browns are going. I've come such a long way in this free agency process in a week. But when you listen to Johnson, you hear about Hill, Walker, these guys coming to Cleveland, and you can see where they're fitting on the field. When you can see things where they fit, and it's not just because of talent, it's because of who they are and what they're coming to do, it's hard not to get excited. So if you're like, are we getting too cocky? I'm sure a little bit, but to be honest, I think it's real genuine stuff. I really did, Jared.
It's not what happened to us 2 years ago.
No. Nope. Everything we talk about.
I would gladly be quoted, in the Ringer.
I'm available. That's a good point. Yeah, should we talk to that guy? He's got to be doing something this year.
I just saw him in my DMs, I think, recently. I think I saw those messages. So maybe I'll reach out. Hey, can we redeem ourselves?
We're ready.
Remember that story? You quoted us?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember we looked like assholes 2 years ago? Just take those same tweets. Just take those same quotes and re-quote us.
We got new thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
New thoughts. I like that. So kudos to Andrew Berry. He's winning the offseason again.
Can't beat it.
Damien on Facebook, they truly need the boost from the draft. Was just up there for a Cavs game, and oh boy, that city was nothing like I've ever seen before. Here's what I would say, Damien. I've been to a few places now. Cleveland's actually doing better than some other places I've been to. I thought Detroit looked bad.
Yeah, Cleveland's kind of ghost towny, and a lot of that is still attributed to to COVID itself. A lot of these places are going to open back up time wise. Give it time. Some of it's going to take a long time. Some of it might take 5 years, 10 years. I mean, really,
Damien, I'm telling you right now, what's going on in New York City is alarming. It's alarming. I think Cleveland's actually not doing that bad. Portland, Oregon, it's bad.
Well,
it's like I said, there's a lot of cities out there that are battling a lot. I know when you drive through Cleveland's like it feels ghost towny and all that. Driving through some other places, it's actually doing better in other places. It really isn't doing that badly. It really isn't.
I've been up there a couple of times since, and there's people out and about. It's just not. I haven't been up. I mean, it's been during. I mean, like I said, it's been during the pandemic. It's been on days where nothing's going on, so it's hard to compare it to anything.
So to make you feel better, Damien.
I've talked to some folks in the hotels. I've talked to some folks in the arcade. I've talked to some folks in the restaurants. They're hopeful, is what I can say. They're hopeful, and they're just waiting it out, and they expect things to improve, and that's at least the mood that I'm getting. I'm looking forward to. I mean, I think going up for the draft is going to be the first time that I'll be able to go up. Before that. So.
I just think there's a lot of places doing much worse. Cleveland's doing just fine, in my opinion. I really mean that. I think they're doing just fine. I mean, I've been through Hartford.
Comparatively speaking, yeah.
Yeah, I've been through Hartford, ghost town. Detroit is eerie. I not good.
All right.
So I think Cleveland is really, really doing much better than compared to some other cities. I really do. And I think it's great that the draft's coming. It's going to help. Opportunity.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Are we ready to talk about the Cavs? I don't
Yeah,
know.
let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Jared Watson.
Oh, they're just. I mean, they were. We watched Andy when you were here. We watched. They're miserable. I know they won the next night. Still, it's just. It's miserable. They're kind of. It's hard to call them a rudderless ship because again, it's not JB's fault, but they're like watching a college team. They are sloppy. They are all over the place. They don't have an identity. They force things that they don't need to. There is no real leadership on the court that I see, and it is back to not completely back to the drawing board. But again, I still all signs for me point to Kobe Altman. It is just the flashing red light for me is Kobe Altman. And until that glaring red sign blinking over and over again is finally those light bulbs are changed and that sign is changed and removed, nothing is going to be any better. That's where I'm at.
I accidentally sent a Jared rundown where some things didn't get copied over, so I'll just do my memory. But
yeah, that's right.
McGee there's some rumors about McGee. I don't think McGee's going anywhere. I really
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Drummond, I don't think Drummond's gonna get traded. I know there's some hopeful among hopes. I think it's at 10%. I don't see him getting traded. I just don't.
Bro, I saw last night that Kevin Love didn't play due to calf soreness.
The Kevin Love experience is not going well. I'm not even here to defend it. It's going bad. He's not playing tomorrow night either. Neither is Prince. Neither is Dellavedova. None of them are playing. None. They're all out tomorrow night already. The Kevin Love is not playing again this year. He's heading down that. What's it say? He's not playing again this year.
Why do I have interest in any of this? If Kevin Love has no interest in playing, and if the Cavs organization have no interest in playing Drummond, why do I, as a fan, have any interest in the Cavs?
So
at this moment in time, I have none.
No.
None.
Aren't you excited about Lamar Stevens? He played well last night. He did. They lost bad.
I don't care. I don't care.
Dean Wade looks good.
Cool. Great. I said my piece. They have no identity. They look like a sloppy college team. It's not JB's fault.
I like
Get
Cook.
rid of Kobe Altman.
I like Cook. Okay, Kobe Altman time. Kobe has got some choices to make, and it's going to come down to not Dan Gilbert, but to Grant Gilbert. There's an article going on in the Athletic saying that Grant's basically going in line because of Dan Gilbert's health. Dan Gilbert had a stroke, and Dan Gilbert's still in a wheelchair. I mean, They talked about in the article, Dan's health is not well. Drew Salt, Dan Gilbert's a terrible owner. I actually don't agree with that one, Drew. I actually like Dan Gilbert. He's not the most agreeable guy. And there's a times where he does things that drives us all crazy. But I think Dan Gilbert's done a good job. He's poured a lot of money into Cleveland. A lot. He's poured a lot of money into
I don't know. I think that if you're equating the pouring money into a team as making, look, I don't know that you can call that making. Is that really what makes a good owner? I mean,
that helps
at this point. Knowing the type of people that own a lot of these teams, that's the only litmus test you can really find to judge an owner. Okay, whatever. I mean,
there's 3 or 4 slices.
Is
and that's
he Paul Dolan?
Well, it's all fair. I just think Gilbert does a lot.
I'm glad he's not.
Gilbert pours a lot of money in the city of Cleveland. Like it or not, he does.
And I appreciate that, and you're right on that, and I do, and I understand. Look, the never should have never fired Griff thing. You're right, and that was always weird. That was always weird.
That did not go down well. There's breaking news from Joe B on YouTube. New York Times reporting that a warrant has been signed for Deshaun Watson, and additionally, Rusty Hardin has hired Alan Dershowitz to the Watson.
Why are you reading this without verifying? Now I'm nervous.
Well, that's what Joe B is saying. We'll see if that's true as Jared looks that up. Here's the thing about the Cavs. They're trend. You talk about transitioning. They are transitioning. There are some things on the Cavs I think are working. The Cavs are better than last year. That's not saying much. They're better than they are last year. Garland's plays improved. Sexton's plays improved. Jared Allen is a definitely long-term player for this team, which is good. Larry Nance is a fixture in the city and a fixture on his team. That's good. I like Lamar Stevens coming off the bench and doing things once in a while. I think that's good. Dean Wade's definitely improved some things. But to Jared's point, they don't play like a cohesive team.
By the way, I didn't mean to sound like a dick when I was saying that to you.
No, I know what you meant. No,
yeah, but to others who were listening, they might not have known that I was.
No, that's okay. Jared treats me like this the whole time.
Yeah, right.
I just shake my head and go, yes, sir. But again, like all that to be said, like there are some things for the Cavs that are getting better. It's hard because we've had 3 shitty years in a row. I am seeing some gems, which I do want to point out, but they need another point guard. They need to get better offensively. They have got to get something. The Chetty Osman experience is off the rails. It's done. To get rid of that guy would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. I think it'd be good for Chetty Osman's career. Chetty Osman experience is done. Done. Ryan Bader, I love you. Ryan Bader on Facebook.
What's up, Ryan? Appreciate you, man.
Love show.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ryan Bader and I used to be in the vault of the SP Awards show. Good to see Ryan Bader. Love you, Ryan.
I'm not seeing anything on New York Times Sports Twitter regarding Deshaun Watson and a warrant. So yeah.
There you go.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, B.
We might have been stooped.
Well, it's as soon as it said
Alan
Dershowitz, you know somebody's dicking around. Come on now.
Love you, Bader. Hope you're doing well, man. I miss you. I miss our funny conversations in the trucks, in the dark edit rooms of life. Drew Salt, Evan Mobley in the draft. Yeah, I like the kid out of Oklahoma State, Cunningham, talented player. They need a forward. This team needs a forward and a shooter and another point guard. They need a shooter bad. A shooter. Like someone who can shoot. Sexton can create. You have a point guard that can create and do things on the floor. I like that. Jared Allen's a good center forward like that. You need another forward like that. I like Okoro. Okoro plays defense. I like that. You need a pure shooter. Someone who just shoots the ball and puts it in.
I will say this, Andy. I do like the young talent. I am intrigued by the young talent. I like having them there. I do think it's worth continuing to try to build around what they've got there. But until they figure out what they're going to do with this dead weight and with the stuff there that is, boy, I mean, Kevin Love being there just makes 2016 feel like 20 years ago at this point.
Kevin Love, Chetty Osman is hard to swallow. Those two guys, it's hard to swallow. It's really, really hard.
Kevin, I appreciate you. I know what you're doing regarding mental health, and you know
that's a good thing.
I do understand that, and it means a lot. But God bless. Go, just go away.
Yeah, it's
just
time.
Stop. I'm tired. Like that shit. Like you don't do anyone. You do every. You're doing a lot of disservice with this calf. I'm over it. I really am.
He's on
and I don't think I'm being too harsh at this point.
That would be actually the one guy. Like I'll say this: if they were to buy out anybody, buy out Kevin Love's contract.
And if this is, look, I get it. If this is some sort of grudge, if there's some sort of grudge or something going on behind the scenes, that's fine.
It's just not working out.
I don't have time for it as a fan.
No, I'm actually there now.
I don't have
to. The Chetty Osman experience and Kevin Love, it's just not working out.
No, sorry. Chetty was.
Bye. He gets worse every game. It's sad.
I've never been a Chetty fan.
No. This podcast, listen back to old episodes in 19. We were both. I was really hard on him. I mean,
I know Hayden. And Hayden Grove, when he was still allowed to come on the show, he used to be a fan of him.
Love you, Hayden.
Miss you, Hayden.
Drew Salt on Facebook. We aren't going to get the first pick though. Cunningham will be gone. It's a lottery. You never know. Cavs are due to get one of those ping pong balls 1, 2, and 3 again. They're going to be up there.
Well, and here's the deal: the way that they've done it, where they've changed the odds, you're only bouncing like a couple of percentage points difference, even if you're down the list.
Oh yeah, that's why tanking in NBA makes no sense.
It makes no sense to tank anymore. It doesn't even matter.
Rob Jennings on Facebook. I just hope that if the Cavs have the second worst record after everything is said and done, the Cavs don't get screwed again in the draft. That's another good point, right? I hate the ping pong ball picking. We should have picked 2 instead of 5. You know, we just talked about this, Rob. Good timing.
Well, yeah, because the Cavs are not tanking. We know that. This team's
trying. But this road swing starting in Chicago and then going on those fun cities like LA Lakers and Sacramento Kings at 10:30 at night. This could be the beginning of the end.
Who's watching those games?
Oh, this guy, come on. He's not promoting us well. This guy right here will be here every night. Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Baseball season's almost here.
Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Some
guy got mad at us because we were talking Cavs the other day.
I was excited about baseball. We'll get into that.
Drew, we got a big show on Friday for that. Jared Watson's soapbox moment. Hopefully Mandy Bell joining us. We just get screwed.
I don't want to put Mandy in that position. I'm not going to soapbox with her.
No, after Mandy.
Yeah, I will not do that to Mandy. Mandy does not deserve that. Mandy works her ass off. And Mandy hasn't been in Cleveland long enough she wasn't around a lot of the shit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
So
Drew,
I won't do that to her.
Drew Salt, we just always get screwed with the lottery. Yes, until LeBron and Kyrie and Tristan Thompson, but yes. We did get, and by the way, we got Wiggins and Bennett. We've gotten a lot of number one picks, by the way. I don't know. We have not gotten screwed as much as you think, Drew Salt. The Cavs have gotten a lot of number one picks. Anthony Bennett stunk, but he was number one pick. Wiggins was number one pick. That got us Kevin Love. So
wait, did you see? I saw somebody tweet out something about Wiggins. I believe Wiggins was saying he didn't want to get the COVID shot, and somebody said, "Oh, he finally found a shot he didn't want to take."
Oh my gosh!
I thought it was
priceless. That's priceless. By the way, never saw a trade happen faster. I'm like, we can trade Anthony Bennett and Wiggins for Kevin Love. That brought us a championship, by the way, and several NBAs and finals appearances. It's not working out now, but that did win a lot of things. Damian on Facebook. I am no matter what happens on Instagram. That's right, brother. Love you. Watch the Cavs. They play the Bulls tomorrow night. I'll be on Instagram Live talking about it. Damien will be there to watch it. Amy Depp. She's cool. Some other people too. Yes, I know, Damien. I know.
Cleveland Indians.
Also, real quickly, then let's wrap up the show. We're going to do a Friday Indians preview show. Hopefully we get Mandy Bell on, talk about the Tribe. Who's going to be the fifth starter? Tristan McKenzie's having sophomore slump stuff. So right now he's going through giving up home runs. That's typical sophomore. Kluber went through it. My God, Sabathia went through it. So I wouldn't be alarmed by that stuff. Bieber's trying to get this new out pitch going, and I think it's going so far. I don't understand Daniel Johnson starting off. I don't understand the Daniel Johnson experience at all. They're definitely putting Zimmer to start off the year. I shoulder shrug there. Bobby Bradley should be starting first. Jake Bauer starting first. Blech. And then you know what? Kyle Contrail's ERA is at a nice healthy 10. Jimenez is playing great baseball. Bobby Bradley's having a very good spring. Savali's having a very good spring. Logan Allen's having a very good spring.
Ready to go to the draft? I'm ready to go to the draft.
Karinchak's our closer, biting glove.
Browns did good in free agency, didn't they?
I really think if the Indians can figure out their fourth or fifth starter, I think they're going to be okay.
Man, I really.
I think the White Sox are very good. You know, here's the thing about the Tribe. This team, you know, love or hate them, we'll be there every pitch on the official Cleveland Sports account after every game.
The Cleveland Indians, who will be called the Cleveland Indians until further notice. I don't fucking know.
I love the Tribe.
Ask Paul. Ask fucking Paul. Paul, you know what? I don't know. Maybe 2023. I don't know.
What was your favorite Big Ten loss in the tournament?
I didn't watch any of the Big Ten losses.
Oh, I watched. The tournament's been wonderful.
I knew better.
Ratings are way up. Ratings are way up.
I purposely chose not to put the Ohio State game on because, as I've said in previous shows, I watched all five. I watched the 4-game losing streak and the Ohio State loss in the Big Ten championship game. So I was like, I'm going to hold off on just look. It's Oral Roberts, but what does that mean? I don't know. We'll see. And sure enough, halftime, I'm like,
Oral sketchy. Who?
Not going to go. Oral Roberts. So
we lost to a team called the Mean Green.
So then Purdue, you know, obviously I didn't plan on watching it anyways. And then after I got in a round of 18 yesterday. I started at 4:30 and we only had to skip like the 16th. And yeah, we skipped the 16th so we can squeeze in 17 and 18. And then I sat and watched, ate a delicious, the Kensington Golf Course out in Canfield. Great place. Sat and ate a delicious Euro. Surprised me. Couldn't believe it. They did a really good Euro out there. And watched that team up north in LSU. And I thought,
big win, Michigan.
Wow, they're going to blow it.
Michigan waving the Big Ten banner.
And then they didn't blow it. I was surprised. They did not blow it. So they might be it. Everyone, I mean, they might be it. You're hurting my ears.
That's it. Can't do the Purdue fight song.
It looked like a struggle, though. I mean, it really did look like a struggle through the first half.
Here's my thoughts. The Illinois Loyola Chicago game was a joke. Loyola Chicago made that game uncompetitive. Illinois should be ashamed. Terrible loss. Purdue did not get guard play from Hunter or from Sasha Stoyanovich. When you don't get good guard play in the tournament, you're going to lose. That's what happened to Purdue. Shameful loss. Ohio State, Washington picked the one game. Washington played terribly. I like Washington. He's a good player. He just did not have it.
Well, Ohio State showed
did not have
the same problems that they had in all their other losses, and the same issue that they had down the stretch late in games when they were close and where they needed to turn a corner. They had issues with turnovers. They had 16, I think, in that game. 16,
and again, Washington finally had a bad game. I never saw him play a bad game all year. He finally had a bad game at the worst possible time in the tournament. Played horribly.
Hey, look at that. Damien, my brother goes to Kensington Golf Course. Loves it. Yeah.
There you go. That boy.
A lot of blind spots, a lot of holes with blind spots. It's the only thing that annoys me. You're hitting blind. But outside of that, Kensington's great.
I'm very excited about Oliver Perez being back. I like Brian Shaw being back. I think that's cool. I'll be all over that this year. Nit Whitgren, Boilermaker.
And I gotta say this too. Damien on Facebook. Jared does not care about the Cavs and Indians right now. All right.
Oh,
I do care. Aww. I am just sick to my stomach.
Add piano music.
I am disappointed in what's going on with the Cavs, which is purely sports related. And with the Indians, it is a lot more than just that. It is an issue with Major League Baseball as a whole. It is an issue with systemic problems within the organization. It is an issue with ownership. It is an issue with, sure, some play on the field, but my God, there's so much more that is trumping my problems with what's going on with the Indians. The team formerly known as the Indians, who will be known as the Indians as long as who the fuck knows when, because apparently Paul Dolan, every time he goes out and talks to people, he likes to say things that are ridiculous. And once again, he did it again. I am just so, I don't know how. Like, I came home and could not wait to spend my money on tickets going up there and watching games. And now it is very difficult for me to take money out of my pocket and put it into his pocket. I don't know that I can do that this year. I just don't know that I can do it. I don't know. That's where I'll leave it tonight. Don't know if I can do it. Don't know.
I'll be at the corner. I'll pour beer. I'll drink one for you.
I don't mean to be this way. I'm stubborn. I get very disappointed and angry and frustrated, and I've got my own lines. I draw lines. And I feel like there's a lot that have been crossed.
I'm looking forward to Jordan Luplow this year. I'm looking forward to
thought they got rid of him.
No, that guy isn't staying forever. Nicest man. Poor guy. Nice man.
It's like the Indians got a lot of Chetty Osmonds. Jordan Luplow's one of them.
Wow.
Jake Powers is one of them.
Jake Powers.
Oscar Mercado's becoming one of them.
Oh, poor guys. Oh,
I know, but he is.
No, Oscar Mercado's got a hitting problem. And he admits it. I give Oscar Mercado credit for one thing. He admits that he's got a hitting problem, and he knows it. I like that. I give Oscar Mercado comes off very, very well. Because it could be easy to hang your head and be like, fuck this. He doesn't say that. He knows what he's got to do. Love you, Oscar. I really hope the tournament's been wonderful. I know it's been terrible for our teams. Tournament has been wonderful. The Oral Roberts story, what they did to Florida last night was a great game. The wonderful Syracuse West Virginia game. My God, then talk about choke job. Rutgers up 5 under a minute. Can't fucking close out Houston. Come on, Rutgers. Bad loss. Missing layups. Ugh. Texas Tech with a heartbreaker. Great game against Arkansas. My point, the games have been great across the board, and you better believe I'll be getting on that Loyola Chicago bandwagon. I love that team. I love the whole story. I love the energy. I'm claiming them as the Midwest. I'm claiming them as the Big Ten. I mean, not the Midwest, sorry. I'm claiming them as the Big Ten. You're officially part of the Big Ten now.
Might as well.
We're trading you for Northwestern. Just a trade. Damien with a funny comment on Facebook. Missing layups sounds like Chetty. Rutgers missed I mean, it was a joke. Good news. Purdue, everybody's coming back. They're going to be very good next year. And I know Jared's very excited about it. We'll be doing mock draft NBA stuff next week. It'll be fun.
All right, I'm ready. Hey, be sure to check us out.
We'll do a fake lottery drawing.
Facebook.com/Cleveland and Beyond.
We should do that at the draft. Get a bunch of ping pong balls. Get like one of those like bingo hamster wheels. Oh, number 3. Oh,
On Twitter at CLE and Beyond. Check out the website.
Number 1, yay!
ClevelandandBeyond.net. ClevelandandBeyond.net is the website. Instagram is where Andy is at, following every Cleveland Cavaliers loss.
Every
Find him
game.
At Official Cleveland Sports. At Official Cleveland Sports. He will only talk a little bit of Cavs and then talk a lot of Browns because that's how
I talked a lot about the tournament.
If you want to cheer up after a Cavs loss, tune in and watch Andy live on Instagram at Official Cleveland Sports.
Drink too much beer, 1:00 in the morning. I'll be there after the Lakers game.
Shoot us an email, andyandjared@gmail.com.
Jared's busy.
Jarid. Oh, dude, I'm in bed. I can't stay up that late. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm an old man. I do old man things. I go to bed. Not always. I got to figure that out during baseball season when I'm bitching about the Indians. We are part of Waiting for Next Year. Check them out.
Care check with the same.
Reporting, waitingfornextyear.com, and Evergreen Podcasts.
All game.
Andy,
I love Tom Hamilton. I love you, Hammy. I do. I love Hammy.
Hammy is my favorite part about the Cleveland Indians right now.
Jimenez way back. Gone. Francisco Lindor. Take care.
Speaking of things that feel decades away, I miss that Rajai Davis home run in Game 7.
Oh God, bring that back. Let's play also too. Like there's all sorts of favorite memories. The Jay Bruce home run in that Game 2. Oh my God. The sea of red with Lindor's home run off the foul pole. That was great.
Yeah.
God, that was fun. Yeah. Trevor Bauer throwing the ball. Oh, right, that wasn't good. We could do drone races.
I can't. Fucking guy.
Trevor, that is not. That's right, dogs. That's right, dogs.
All right, that's a sign. Time to go. Andy.
Javius, I'll take 2 more questions. Javius, what's the latest on trade rumors? I'm hearing nothing about Drummond. They are literally rumors. McGee's not going anywhere either. Nothing on Love. There's no way. No, I think Love's gonna get bought out. I think it's gonna take a NBA trade miracle for Drummond. Maybe trade miracles happen. I don't see it.
Yeah, Game 22 of the winning streak. Man,
that was great. That was cool. Damien, way to close, man. Close strong. Good job.
Thank you. I needed that.
Good job.
That cheered me up. That really did. Thanks, Damien.
Remember when we swept the Yankees in New York that year too? God, that was great.
I do.
That was fun.
Cool deal. Dogs are barking. Time to go. I'm gonna go get my old man nighttime glass of water that I set on my nightstand and take sips of when I wake up in the middle of the night. And yeah, that's about it. Andy, enjoy your evening, brother. We will talk again soon. Go Browns, because that's the team that makes me smile the most right now. Go Browns.
Only 156 days away.
But who's counting?
Only 2 weeks away from the Indians. The season's going to fly like that.
I'm going to be out in right field drinking beer. Who am I kidding?
Oh, it's going to be great. We'll love it. We'll get our new Jimenez jersey. We'll talk about our favorite Savali game. It's going to be fun. I do like Aaron Savali. I like how he's playing.
I'm not buying any jerseys.
Oh, I will.
And I'm sneaking in. I'm going to wear one of those. I'm going to wear one of those pouches that you hide your booze in. They can't find because I don't want to give them any money. I'm hiding it. I'm gonna wear. It'll be like man boobs and a fake beer gut.
Santa
oh wait, can you double up on those? I've got real ones to boot.
Oh, Jared's fine. He's good. You're good. You got a great haircut. I don't even have hair.
I'm married. I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good. I would die to have your hair. I would die to have your hair.
No. I did get a cut. It's nice, right? Summer.
It looks really slick. Yeah. Set the Edge Thursday. Holly Wetzel. Remember her? She'll be here. Jared and I back on Friday. That's right, Damien. I know you write down every one of our schedules. We'll be here. And then I'll come back on later to do Lakers on Friday night. Wednesday night, tomorrow night, Cavs and Bulls. Remember those games when they were big and fun? No, not so much.
Take care. Talk soon. Bye.
A little tough. Billy Donovan. We'll talk about our favorite Florida Gators moment. Love you. Browns are really good. Browns are really, really, really good.
Super fucking bold motherfuckers.
I am walking to Vegas to put money down.
I have friends out there. They'll make the bet for me.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cleveland and Beyond with Andy and Jared is a part of Evergreen Podcast. You can follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/Cleveland and Beyond, on Twitter at CLE and Beyond, or shoot them an email at andyandjared@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit the website, clevelandandbeyond.net.